Thank you, Lisa and Jessica, for taking the time to meet up with me today. I really appreciate it. Please share with me a little bit about yourself. What's your background?
Assalamualaikum. My name is Eliza and I am a revert of 4 years. Before this, I'm American by the way, if you can't tell. Before this, I was working in the entertainment industry as an actress, model, all those kinds of things. When I entered Islam, I left many of those elements because I felt that it wasn't helping me get to Jannah. Inshallah, now I'm doing YouTube videos, much like Mr. Tawfiq. And also, I'm a designer for a company.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Jessica. I'm also a revert of 5 years now. I'm German originally, so I grew up there. I lived abroad in the States for a while, in the UK, and pretty much lived a party life for most of my life until the age of 27. When I decided that this is not really something that should be the purpose of life, I kind of was missing something. So I was wondering what happens after death. And that's when I started to research, wondering is there a soul? Do we have one? Where does it go after we pass away? And that's why I started to research into religion.
What do you understand about the concept of hijab in Islam?
For me, it's not just a piece of cloth on your head, but it actually goes much further in that. I mean, yes, symbolically, it is a piece of cloth on my head, but it's also a hijab on the way that I speak, on the way that I think, the way that I act. So the hijab is actually helping me to control many things, anger, bad language, bad thoughts, judgment. All of these things are encompassed in what the hijab means to me.
Yeah, for me, with hijab, it's like I cover my hair, not my brain or my intelligence
Exactly.
or my personality. Yes. I'm just it's yes, I'm covering up, and even from family or from friends, I sometimes feel like you look different, or they would make comments that are not always pleasant to hear. But at the same time, this is also a symbolic that I feel proud showing that I'm a Muslim. This is why I wear it.
Let's get real here. I mean, there are questions like, do you get hot? Yes. Do you sweat under there? Yes. Do you get itchy? Yes. But look, it is something that empowers us. It's something that we choose. It's something that's more than just the itchy hotness, okay?
Yeah. And I wouldn't, even if someone says, why don't you take it off? I wouldn't want to take it off.
Yeah.
I would feel impressed if someone told me you must take it off.
Do you dress the way that you do because you want to follow the Arabs?
Huh? Arabs? Excuse me? Okay. Alright, here's a huge misconception about Islam is that when you revert, you actually become an Arab. No. Islam is a way of life, it's a religion, it's a thought process, it's a way that you carry yourself, it's not a race. A lot of people ask this too, it's a great question. Do you become an Arab? Do you have to dress like an Arab? No, of course not. You're still who you are.
How would you dress like a German actually? Different, how does a German dress different from a British person?
Yeah,
or a French person? So I'm not sure. Hey, you look like a German, and you look like a French, you look like a British. In fact, they all dress the same more or less.
Yeah.
So what are they then? Why is Arabs one and then all the others are, I don't get it. So yeah, I'm not an Arab, I think. Besides, my Arabic is very limited as well. So.
Is it true that in Islam, Muslim women have no rights?
Have no rights? Oh, I have plenty of rights. I think I have discovered that I have more rights than I ever thought I would have, I mean, people are always think of, they just, I guess they think, we are free to do whatever, and once you're Muslim, you're not free to do whatever anymore. No, you have actually so many rights, in your marriage, then in your everyday life, then when it comes to work. I mean, everything is stipulated and regulated more or less. So I don't think we could say you don't have any more rights. Then you should tell me what rights do I not have anymore. If you claim that I don't have any rights, tell me what are the rights that I don't have. Then we can discuss further.
I think for women in Islam, Islam elevates women so high and puts the women in this structure where rights are clearly defined, whereas sometimes in secular life the rules and regulations that have to do with governing people, they're kind of like a gray area. In Islam it's like black and white. There's things that are haram, things that you can't do, there's things that are halal, things that you can do, and the stuff in the middle either you stay away from or you have guidance with. So you know exactly what you're doing, you know exactly what you can fight for, you know exactly what your rights are. Whereas when I felt like when I wasn't a Muslim, I didn't know, is this right? Is this wrong? I'm not sure. But here, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what is going to get me to Jannah. I know what I shouldn't be doing because I'm told. I know what I should be doing to get more deeds. Alhamdulillah, I feel like, just like Jessica, I feel like my rights have been defined in a way that I'm actually more empowered, more confident, because I know what I'm doing and I know what I stand for.
Yeah.
So it's almost it depends on how you look at it. It's more like a redefining, I think.
Is it true that in Islam, women have lower status than men?
Deep down, we all know that end of the day, woman is in charge. You know, we just don't show it outside. You know, like end of the day, I mean, come on, we're the queen of the house, right? End of the day, they kind of like outside they like to be macho, but deep down, you know, come on, it's like every guy's got that weak spot. So it's like, okay, my love, okay, you know, I mean, no, there's no such thing as having a lower status. Yes, we have different, you know, different. What's the word?
Roles.
Different roles, yes, exactly. We have different roles, but it doesn't mean that we are lower than the other person, right? The husband has to go to work, he has to provide for us, he has to pay for our clothing, pay for rent, pay for everything, and then I should claim that I have less rights. I mean, poor guy. You know, he's the one that's basically out there, you know, trying to make big bucks, but I sit at home and I don't even have to cook, I don't have to iron his clothes, I don't have to wash it. In fact, I have to do nothing, right? I just have to be nice to him, which of course everyone expects, Muslim or not.
Okay, so I don't think I can add anything to that. So I'll just leave it at that.
Good, awesome. In reality, there are Muslim women who are oppressed. From your point of view, is it because of Islam?
When you look at the tenets of Islam, Islam is a perfect ideological platform. However, the way that humans take it and implement it is something that's different. Humans have flaws. Platforms usually don't have flaws. Okay, I was a sociology major, so when I looked at socialism, capitalism, these platforms, they're not really flawed. What's flawed is how humans come and take it and interpret it and then apply it. So Islam, when you look at the rulings and you know, the teachings, they're all so beautiful, but you know how people, you know how cultures interpret it, how different genders interpret it, there's going to be fault. And of course, you know, like any other religion, any other thought, you know, school of thought, there are going to be people on either end. There's going to be extremes on this end, there's going to be extremes on this end. There's going to be people who are so liberal that it's like you can't control them, and then there's going to be people who are so oppressed that they just can't move. So if you're going to say that, you know, there are women who are oppressed in Islam, yes, but there are people oppressed in everything else too.
Yeah, but they're not oppressed because of Islam.
No, but
this
not.
This is a cultural
not,
thing where,
no.
you know, in certain you know, regional areas, you know, in the world somewhere, there's always this understanding that guys are superior, but that doesn't have anything to do with the religion.
Yeah, no,
that's
a cultural thing.
Yes.
For women who are entering Islam, they're of age, they're educated. This is a religion of educated people, and that's one of the first commands of Islam is to read, educate yourself, ask questions, get that knowledge. So once you have that knowledge, like Sister Jessica has been saying all along, after the research, after the understanding, you know that you're not oppressed. You know that you have rights. You know that you have a lofty, you know, position in Islam over the men. So,
otherwise, you know, more people might research it, or the men even be like, oh no.
So this is, you know, this is not a religion of oppression. It is a religion of education and understanding.
What is your message to the people who say Islam oppresses women?
You cannot make a statement without having the backup information. Yeah, what oppression do you speak of? And firstly, I mean, I thought the same when I first started to read about Islam, because I thought, oh, you know, guys can marry 4 wives, and, you know, at the same time, it's a forced marriage, the woman has no say, she must just marry whoever the family decides. Basically, pretty much what everyone else comes up with too, like the standard anti-Islamic, you know, phrases. So once you start reading, you actually find out, no, it's not like that. So if you really believe that there's an issue, please research first. You know, don't tell me I'm oppressed unless you have, you know, unless you have read the Quran. Don't tell me, I don't know, all these claims that you always make, please research first, then we can discuss.
When you come out with these claims of oppression, where did you hear those stories from? Who did you hear from, and who did they hear from? From
media.
Did you actually hear it from a Muslim woman? Did you actually hear it from a Muslim person? You know, did you check it with the Islamic scriptures? What does it actually say? So it all goes back to fact checking. You know, it's not even Islam. About anything in the media, anything in society, anyone can say anything, right? It's just words. But are you going to be the one who takes it a step further and actually finds out the truth, and not just be someone who just goes ahead, goes along with the herd?
Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Do your research.
Yeah.
Don't just take messages from the media, which we all know they're always there to brainwash people. They're always there to make us think bad of another person, because that's the only thing that sells. That's what people want to watch. The bad stuff, like the Muslim terrorist, by the way. See, I'm even saying it comes together. It's like, no terrorist, it has to be a Muslim terrorist. It has to be Islamic extremism. Those terms are already married to each other.
Yeah.
You cannot find them on their own anymore.
These are fabricated marketing tools that are key search words. So don't believe everything on TV, don't believe everything on Google. There's so many, like I said, people can write anything or say anything that they want. Actually go out, find out for yourself, talk to a Muslim woman, talk to a Muslim person, go to the masjid. Inshallah, the masjids are becoming more open. Find out for yourself. First-hand experience will always beat second-hand, third-hand, fourth-hand.
Then judge. Only then judge.
Muslims of the past, I feel, were quite shy, and they were the type that they just they would just smile at you and be very nice. But I think now Muslims are becoming more vocal. They're becoming more open to having conversations. So I would say, if you are even a born Muslim or not yet Muslim who has questions, just come and ask, just come and talk. Actually open your heart to us, because after you open your heart to us, I think that all of our hearts will be just flooding out towards everybody, wanting to share, wanting to just discuss. I think everybody wants the same thing in this world, is just to live in harmony and have peace, and have families that love each other and go to a place that is inshallah better than this world. So we have this commonality, and we have this common human family. So why not just reach out to each other instead of assuming? Just come, be our friends. We are absolutely open. We're open, right?
Yes.
We're absolutely open to being, friends and having a conversation. Please come and ask us before you believe in something else. Find it from the source.
Find it from the source, and we all want the best for each other, and we all want to make it to paradise. And God has said himself that the only way to paradise is to obey him and to follow his commands and to pray and to worship only him and no other deity. So that's why we all do what we do. We believe in Islam. We believe that this is the way to paradise. So we can only invite you. We can only invite you, and it's your choice to do the research and to join this religion, become a Muslim, or to leave it. This is totally up to you. No one's being forced. We weren't forced. We did it out of our free will. But it's still our message still our duty to convey the message, and we want to invite everyone to become a Muslim and to make it to Jannah together.
Alhamdulillah.
All right.
That was really good. Oh, I'm glad that you guys hug each other.